Proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, the opposing counsel, and members of jury. My name is Asha Parveen, and I'm representing the prosecution in this case. Harry S. Truman, the defendant and the 33rd President of the United States of America, is charged with a serious crime, such that crimes against humanity and war crimes. The elements of war against humanity are such: the perpetrator killed one or more persons. Second, the conduct was committed as a part of a widespread or systematic attack directed against a civilian population. Third, the perpetrator knew that the conduct was part of intended the conduct to be a part of widespread or systematic attack against a civilian population. And the elements of war crimes are: 1. The perpetrator killed one or more persons. Second, the person or persons were protected under one or more of the Geneva Conventions of 1949. The perpetrator was aware of the factual circumstances that established and protected status. Fourth, the conduct took place in the context and was associated with an international armed conflict. And last, the perpetrator was aware of the factual circumstances that established the existence of an armed conflict. Your Honor, you will see that during the war, how the Japan was destroyed. Hundreds were killed, enslavement, deportation. You will see how the people were deprived of their rights, the violation of laws or customs of war, such as murder or ill treatment of prisoners of wars or persons of the seas, killing of hostages, destruction of cities and of counsel. You will hear two witnesses. You will hear two witnesses from the prosecution: Mr. Hirohito, the Emperor of Japan, who is here to tell you the catastrophic situation of Japan at that time of bomb blasting, and Mr. William Dilley, the United States Chief of Staff to the President. He worked with the President and played an active role in the World War II, as he had been involved in major decision-making process, including the dropping of the atomic bomb. He will tell the counsel that how the defendant was stubborn and gave such horrible orders. Your Honor, in this case, the burden of proof is on the prosecution. The defendant is guilty and all his actions are unjustifiable, and that he should be held liable for his actions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now the defense side may proceed with their opening argument.
Good morning, Your Honorable Bench. It is honor for me to appear before this honorable bench. Your Honor, I am Tabassum Eman, attorney representing the defense side along with my co-attorney Fateh Mohammed. Your Honor, may I please record?
Yes, please.
Much obliged, Your Honor. Your Honor, in the instant case, the case is pertaining to atomic bomb blasting in Japan, one on Hiroshima and other on Nagasaki. Your Honor, my client, Mr. Truman, was charged with two allegations against the crimes of humanity and war crime under Article 6 of the Nuremberg Charter. Your Honor, my client firstly joined the army and he loved the notion of war. And having first World War I, after he became 33rd President of the United States of America. Your Honor, when he became president, after American was fully engaged with World War II, and he was inaugurated at a time of war and chose in the war. Your Honor, during the war position in the Pacific Theater, he needed to decide the decision on the war. On that situations, Your Honor, they dropped the atomic bomb for stopping the World War II. When they dropped first atomic bomb on Hiroshima, they received no response from Japanese. And after We seem that Japanese civilians population in preparation of Operation Katsugo. It is clearly that Japanese civilians were prepared to fight at the last moment. Your Honor, it is concluded my all arguments that Japanese has not surrendered without any atomic bomb. The world was tried from war. More and more lives were lost every day. Your Honor, Your Honor, American government had no choice to do, but they stopped the war with the atomic bomb. Your Honor, it's my honor. It is my present the argument before this honorable bench, and Your Honor, the defense will introduce two witnesses. One is my client Truman, and second is Leslie Richard Gross, which was a general for the Army of the United States, and will testify as an expert witness and will tell about what happened during the World War II. It's my honor to present my argument before this honorable. It's my honor.
Right. Now the prosecution may present their first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my first witness is William Delay. Witness, are you here?
Yes, counsel, I'm audible to you.
Thank you. Witness, please state your name and spell it for the record.
Counsel, my name is Leslie Richard Gross. LESLIERICHARD GROVESJR. Am I audible to you, counsel?
Are you William Delay?
Okay, sorry, counsel. Sorry, counsel. Am I audible to you? Okay, counsel.
Please state your name and spell it for the record.
Yes, counsel. My name is William D. Leahy. WILLIAMDLEAHY.
Please let us know about your background.
I am the United States Chief of Staff to the President. I excelled quickly through the Naval Academy, and I reached the 4-star general rank. I have held many titles, including Chief of Naval Operations, Chief of Staff to the Commander-in-Chief, and since 1942, I have been the highest-ranking duty member of the U.S. military, reporting only to the President.
What was your role in World War II?
Throughout the war, I have been assigned with the major decision-making process that includes the dropping of the atomic bomb. Currently, I am the senior most United States military officer on active duty, and I have been in this position since well before the start of World War II.
How did you get the chance to work with President Harry S. Truman?
Counsel, my occupation has led me to work with the President Henry Truman. I originally began my career in government working with the President Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Why do you think that the President Truman should be held accountable for his actions?
Having the military expertise, I firmly believe that he must be held accountable for his inexcusable actions in the nuclear bombing of Japan. The dropping of atomic bomb was by no means necessary, nor it was justified. Mr. Truman was no expert in military bombings. However, there was no doubt that he knew that dropping massive atomic bombs on densely populated areas would result in the deaths of many civilians.
As the chief staff of the USA to the President, did you try to stop the Mr. Truman from using harsh weapons?
Yes, Counsel, I attempted to stop him from using harsh weapons of war such as the atomic bomb. It was his rash decision-making that led to the suffering and agony of Japanese families. President Truman refused to listen to me not only once but twice. Then we had a meeting after bombing.
Please tell us about your meetings with Mr. Truman after the first bomb blasting.
At our meeting after the bombing of first atomic bomb, I, along with President Truman and his cabinet, heard of the effects it on the Japanese people.
What were the effects of bomb blasting on Japan?
It was just hearsay and it was passed on to us that tens of thousands of Japanese people died. The buildings of the once proud cities were reduced to rubble, and the surrounding environment became barren of life.
That attack was unnecessary.
Council, speaking with the military experience, I can safely say that the use of this barbarous weapon at Hiroshima and Nagasaki was of no material assistance in our war against Japan.
What was the war position of Japan?
It was quite clear the Japanese were already defeated and ready to surrender because of the effective sea blockade and the successful bombing with conventional weapons. The war with Japan was clearly coming to an end.
As per your knowledge, who had the more chances to win war if Japan would have not surrendered?
Council, as one with the extensive military knowledge, I knew that Japan would not last any longer and would surrender in mid-August. Japan has set their trains in past having similar bombings in key cities as the United States bombed 66 cities in the summer of 1945. By 1945, the Japanese had suffered a string of defeats. The Marians campaign, the fight for the Philippines, and the US victory in Japan all indicated a clear American victory. And the Allied forces had won victory in Europe, and the American forces were steadily advancing in the Pacific theater.
Please enlighten us about the role of the military of USA in that war.
The US Navy played a vital role in that war, and we have destroyed most of Japan's naval infrastructure, and our strategic bombing of military manufacturing districts left Japan without the weaponry needed to continue their war effort.
You mentioned earlier about the meeting with Mr. Truman. What happened during the last few meetings?
During the last meeting between myself before any nuclear bombs deployed, President Truman and his chair, President Truman, hears of Japan wartime situation. We spoke how surrender was inevitable, yet that idea that Japan needed time and conditions to accept the surrender according to the country's culture and traditions was brought up.
What was Mr. Truman's mindset at that time regarding the bomb blast?
He was only having one idea in his mind, that was to drop the atomic bomb. He was not thinking about any peaceful environment that can be created before that or after that atomic bomb.
Thank you so much, witness.
Thanks, Council.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, now the defense counsel may cross-examine the witness.
Your Honor, my second attorney will cross with William D. May I call my second attorney?
All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I start the cross-examination from witness?
Yes, you may, counsel, but kindly make sure that you are well connected.
Much obliged, Your Honor. Right now we are well connected. We assured you that.
I can hear distortion at your end.
Counsel, if both the counsels are sitting in the same room, please kindly can you stay away from each other? You can change the rooms, please.
For that purpose, Your Honor, we need 2 minutes, if you allow us, so we relocate our positions for the better connectivity.
Yes, please.
Much obliged. Much obliged, Your Honor, and we apologize for the inconvenience. May I start the cross-examination?
Please proceed, yes.
Much obliged, Your Honor. Witness, am I audible to you?
Yes, Council, you are audible and you can proceed.
Witness, tell us your name with spelling.
Counsel, my name is William D. Leahy. WILLIAM DLEAHY.
Okay, witness. What was your position at the time of deployment of the atomic bombings on Japan? What was your position at that time? Is that you were at a high rank officer in the chief of staff? You were giving the guidance to the United States President. I am correct?
Yes, Counsel, you are quite correct. I was assigned with the duty of reporting, means the command of the president to the general public and to the armed forces, and their, we can say, replies to the worthy president. I was the only reporting person there, a channel of
Okay,
connection
witness.
between both of these personalities, I can say.